welcome. Welcome to Real TV, y'all. Pardon the delay, had a little equipment malfunction there. But welcome to Real TV. We're going live. We're live right now. So if you're in the chat room, feel free to connect. The title of this show today is The Storm is Coming. Are you prepared spiritually? If you've never tuned into Real TV, thank you. Thank you. Real TV is all about exposing the truth. If you know the truth and don't say the truth, then the blood is on your hands. Silence is betrayal. So feel free to speak up. The Most High will guide you. You don't have to be afraid. So a Real TV is spelled R-E-E-L, breaking down the real truth about the lies that are in front of us. It's exposing that. Not only that, but it's all about being genuine and telling the absolute truth. So with the radio equipment here malfunction, as you can see, that is just live. That is real as it gets. This is not your ordinary radio station. You may hear me slip up on a few words. I'm giving it to you raw. I'm just giving you the truth. I may stutter a few or whatever, but this is Real TV. So we're going to keep it real. Okay. All right. So, today while out running a few errands, I noticed something in nature. It wasn't just the regular gray clouds that I noticed, but while I was younger, I had my uncle. He's passed now, but very wise man. He was a paraplegic, so he would think a lot. He was at home a lot, and he would do a lot of thinking. And one of the things that he told me that always stuck with me as a kid, he said that if you see birds flying very, 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 very high in the sky, like almost like just way high in the sky, like gliding, and on a very, very cloudy day, then it's a possibility that it's going to storm or that it's going to rain. And 8 times out of 10, it always happened that way. So I noticed that these birds were just gliding with the wind, and it was a very, very, very cloudy day today in South Georgia. So, and then of course on Facebook, there's these messages about, we need to prepare for the storm. One message that really caught my interest that made me want to do the show tonight, a guy said that I'm going to get my grandmother to pray for us to put the blood on the doors for this storm here in the South. So I was like, what? Which storm? So I look it up, and some of the things that I noticed was that one, in the very southeast portion of Georgia, in Savannah, Georgia, this was on March 30th, the National Guard practices hazmat response in Savannah. Supposedly, this is one of the first training courses that included rescues and securing hazardous materials for a Category 3, Category 4 type storm. So I thought that was very interesting, to say the least. This is for the very first time in Savannah, Georgia, the National Coast Guard is practicing for a Category 3/Category 4 scenario hurricane. Though it's not hurricane season, but what big storm? One excerpt, it says that it's not just a joint exercise, but a regional exercise from a colonel of the 201 Regional Support Group in Marietta. So also in Marietta, Georgia, it seems. Okay, so I'm here in the rain right now, so I should stop the podcast, but we're going to keep it going. This is important information. The Most High will guide it. Keep it going. Intuition is guiding right now, leading the way also. Okay, so some other news, related news. Severe Severe storms underway in South. Tornadoes reported in Georgia and Alabama. This was just 27 minutes ago. We're evening time right now, Eastern Standard Time, 8:30 p.m. So if you're out and about, be sure to get home safe and sound. Make sure your windows are down, and make sure that sunroof is down in that car. It was a nice day in the early morning. Okay, damaging storms unleash tornadoes, large hail from Georgia to Indiana. Storms reported in dangerous storms across southeast. That's just 14 minutes ago. The Indiana hailstorm, that was just 35 minutes ago. Severe thunderstorms underway. High-risk tornado watches issue dangerous severe weather in southeast. Tennessee, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, parts of Florida. Oh goodness, this is crazy. Just 5 hours ago, storm to spread snow from Michigan to Pennsylvania, West Virginia. Why all of this? Why a storm? Why? Because, for one, we have to understand that there's two things. God can cause a storm and man could cause a storm. There is a device that's located in Alaska called HARP. There's been several comics about it in the classic Smurfs cartoon where they're talking about HARP and one of the gals is playing a violin and she's controlling the weather. There's an excerpt from Back to the Future Part 2 when they get out in the scene. Marty McFly gets out of the car for the first time, and Doc, he looks at the clouds and he says that something along the lines that the post office does better service than the weatherman because it was a rainy day. He was like, oh, well, the storm should stop in about 30 seconds. He said they should stop. He said it's something along the lines. They should stop the storm in about 30 seconds. Lo and behold, they did stop the storm in about 30 seconds. So with this HARP device, just to give you a little info for those who didn't know, it was created by a famous gentleman by the name of Nikola Tesla, a philosopher, a scientist, and mathematician. Not mathematician, but mathematician of the time. Very, very, very smart man who created many things. And one of them was this HARP technology in which Trump's great-great-grandfather stole. But I don't want to get into that. It's too much. But I say that to say that man can also have an effect on weather. In the South, also, there's a movie that came out during Black History Month, I want to say, that was called, the name, it was by Nat Turner, something of a Nation. I can't think. Birth of a Nation, yeah. So that came out. And during that weekend, it could be a coincidence to some, but for those who are awake and can put two to two together that the elite can control weather, that weekend, that movie was supposed to come out and debut. There was Hurricane Matthew that hit the South like no other. It was an actual Category 3, if I'm not mistaken, a Category 2 storm. That night, it was supposed to debut. So that was a complete cancel. Can you imagine if Beauty and the Beast, or if Little Mermaid, or maybe Get Out, or no. How about Star Wars or Mad Max came out that weekend and a storm hit? You know how much money they would lose? Billions of dollars. They wouldn't let that happen on a production that would bring them such revenue. This movie, Birth of a Nation, was something that was supposed to awake the world, awake the human race. And they did not want that to happen. Highly, highly recommend the film if you've never seen it. At least the original. Okay, so moving on to talk about the spiritual sense. Of course, the topic of this show is the storm is coming. Are you spiritually ready? So, there's plenty of verses you can tune into from Revelation, the book of Revelation. And keep in mind, it is revelation, not revelations with an S. A quick excerpt. Revelation chapter 11, verse 13. At that very hour, there was a severe earthquake, and a tenth of the city collapsed. 7,000 people were killed in an earthquake, and the survivors were, well, you can look up the rest. But the thing about it is, there's going to be storms so severe that people will wish they were dead. That a third of the people will die. A third of the fish of the sea will die. A third of the fowls of the air will die. It's going to be tremendous. And the thing about it, Satan wants to be just like the Most High. He wants to control the weather. He wants to control people. But Yah doesn't control us. We live by free will. See, Satan is the complete opposite. He wants us to control us. He doesn't want us to have free will. He wants us to have the mark of the beast. Be sure to check out the previous episode. Please don't take the mark of the beast. Check that out. But just to stay on topic, another excerpt, Revelation 16, chapter 16, verse 18. Then came flashes of lightning, rumblings, peals of thunder, and a severe earthquake. No earthquake like it has ever occurred since mankind has been on. It says no earthquake, no storm has ever. We have yet to witness. And speaking of thunder, y'all remember that one guy, that homeless radio guy on YouTube, Ted Williams, the golden voice guy, who had a piece of cardboard up that said he would do a radio voice, and he had one of the deepest, most elegant, thunder-like voices, like Barry White. You remember Barry White? If you look up Barry White, some of his old songs, this dude had a deep voice. But there's no voice as deep as the Most High. That's like thunder. If just imagine, he created thunder, which has a baritone so deep that the fishes tremble. We tremble. I'm pretty sure ants would kneel down. You know what I mean? But just imagine, we have yet to see. We got to prepare for the storm. Not so much going out and buying water and rice and food and storing up on beans and dry food. Not that. That's a physical thing. It says, worry not for the things you should eat tomorrow, or to count the numbers in your hair. Don't worry about that. The Most High is going to take care of us in that sense. But prepare ourselves in a spiritual realm. See, the thing about it too, let me be accurate, because when you say spiritual can also mean demonic. So let me say angelic, if you will. But just preparing ourselves in a holy way, repenting, doing good for another, smiling more, complimenting more, eating healthier, praying more, that type of thing. Trying not to sin, trying not to dip into our vices. I'm going to play a quick song from the album, Freestyle the album, and it's called Slow Dance. This was a freestyle. When this album was made, it was made in about 25 minutes. It is called Life is Short. Yeah, this one gonna be a show. Life is short, so you gotta be thankful, you gotta be mindful. Car flipped 3 times from the road. On the road, coming straight from the ATL. I just thank God that He ain't sent me to hell. Life is short. My cousin Theron got 4th stage cancer, and dang. We just had a family reunion and all. Alright, y'all, sorry, that's enough. This storm is really coming in, and the missus is a little sick. Real TV.